last time we left off in the Eagerwish Manor. You had just made your way back and experienced for the first time what has all happened to Jasper. You had an encounter with Thomas Siva, Liam's brother, that very much did not go very well for him. He missed pretty much every shot, and you hit pretty much every shot.
That's so funny.
He rolled, I think, not above a 6 for the whole time. You got some information from him about Jasper, and sent him on his way by using the lesser consciousness shifter to send him to Oldson's. He paid for his room and board, and he's just kind of there now. A little confused, but he seems to be fine. He's at Oldson's where you left him. And you were also able to send and contact Liam. That's apparently, seemingly, every time you send to Liam, or at least the one time you did, you also send to his brother. There seems to be some sort of, index overlap there, perhaps in the sending system. And then you also sent to Julia. You went into town to speak to her and got a little bit more information. You went over to the Felt Tip Library to meet her, and then she led you over to the Arid Bar to have a small chat. Just kind of check in on you. It didn't go particularly too deep. Just, again, getting more status on the city and verifying some of the information you got from Thomas. And then back at your manor, you also met up with Oswald. Not Oswald, that's a different character. And extra update, as the graphics take some time to load in, he is a 76-ish-year-old human with a well-trimmed white beard, matching the color of his tied back hair, tied back into a ponytail. On his left eye, it hosts a simple silver monocle. He wears an old but well cared for black butler's suit, whose lapel hosts a clear mark where the Eaglish crest once was embroidered, but has since been removed. Additionally, he wears a well cared for light gray cloth gloves, as well as black dyed shoes, or black dress shoes. So there's your painted picture of Oswald there. And actually, now that I think about it, we also have, if I can find it, some temporary artwork, as the graphics are still in the middle of loading. Let's see, art. Here we go. Ah, yes. It looks a little bit, shall we say, Magic School Bus-esque, but temporary artwork for how Julia might look.
Okay. I see what you mean by Magic School Bus.
Yeah, something about the proportions there
yeah.
needs to be fixed. Just very much reminds me of Magic School Bus. And now, back at the manor, you've talked with Oswald about a possible plan to get out of the city, which involves either joining the Siva's cargo crew and having Gregor help smuggle you out through that, or moving through the Claystone Quarry down at the southern end of Jasper, which has not been inspected since the Great Quake and may have a lot of instability. and potential flooding as well, I think was also mentioned. And you went to sleep and you got your full rest, and now it's morning. I suppose, George, you'd be waking up first as an elf.
Yeah. Let's see. Sorry, I'm also trying to mess with the light settings because
I see
they're
you
all
changing
different
colors
now.
there.
Yeah. Okay. It doesn't matter. Anyways, I guess. Let's see.
Oh,
We're in the
George, of
manor.
course. You wake up. Let me turn off the other player chip so it doesn't look weird. George, here you go. Oh, what? Move. There we go. In your bed. In your room.
Yo.
Alone. Not with everyone watching you.
Thank God. Okay. Cool.
Pink is actually just in the corner.
Of all the people, I think. I guess I could check what was left on my desks.
All right. Oh boy, lore I didn't expect to make up on the spot. So on this desk here, you have a handful of books strewn about. Pretty much on most surfaces, you have a handful of books strewn about from the library, which just so happens to be the next door over. That has not had its graphics loaded in because you've not gone into that area yet.
Well, I mean,
As well as a handful of music sheets also strewn about everywhere.
now that you do mention the library, we do need to. It might be useful to see if there's information in there regarding the other continent.
Okay.
So I think I shall go in there.
All right. And loading into the new area. Wait, not Control Shift, Control Alt. Here we go. We have your mother's library. It is full from floor to ceiling with books of all kinds. Some have seemingly been taken out, but only a handful of sections have been removed, based off of what you remember from your last time in the library. There's also a little bit of clutter from some books being dropped or sorted on the floor that were not meant, or that were not seemingly there when you left. Additionally, of course, this floor has a glorious imported carpet strewn through the entire room, as well as plenty of places to sit and read for different viewing angles of your library. And you wanted to look for information on the other continent, right?
Yes.
All right. What specifically would you like to look for?
Probably the towns close to the coastal town we're likely to enter, as well as towns around that area.
Okay. So, I will load in that information. Maps, here you go. So go ahead and roll me we'll say investigation check with advantage to see what volume of information you find, since this is your library.
You know, I didn't realize I was unprepared, but I don't have a dice next to me, so I'll be 1 second.
All right. Well, the Gigamap takes a second to load in anyway.
Okay, investigation. That is a 17.
17? Fairly thorough for your search there. So you do find, I believe your mother was interested in teaching you some history, so that is the sort of range of books that you seem to gravitate towards, or history and geography, so social studies stuff. Of course, as you already know, the nearest town to Jasper is Spur, which is a little bit of a shady city. It's where your father had gotten a lot of the less than legal connections. South of Spur is a smaller town called Azure, which I don't know why on the map that doesn't have a marker. But it is there. Yeah, no, all of those are turned on. Oh well. Interesting. That is a little more south, a little more warmer in climate. It's below sort of the general snowy threshold, or like the it's an area that gets a larger range of seasons rather than just winter. Further inland from Spur and Azure is Creed, another river town, which is closer to the southern non-capital city, but second largest city in Smeraldi, which is Purpur.
The town is Purpur.
The town is Purpur.
How do you spell that?
Purpur, just like the Minecraft block. And then the next coastal cities down would be Shiel, followed by Papagao, then Prost in the Emerald Coast. And of course, Emerald in the Emerald Coast once you finish going south and then start heading west. We'll give you a little map scroll here. So we've got Jasper here, we've got Spur going next, south to Azure, Shiel, Creed is inland. Then we have Papagao, Purpur's over here. We have Prost and Emerald.
Cool.
And of course, one thing that you're reminded of is that Smeraldi is not known for its roads on land, but rather for its water routes. Most of the land in Smeraldi is uncivilized wildlands. Undeveloped wildlands.
So, aside from Spur, then the north would be rather. I assume the north has elevation because it's more wintry.
Right.
So yeah. So it's much less traversable than the rest of the continent because you can't go upstream on those rivers up there.
You'd find this in the documents you were looking through. The Smeraldans do have a special type of boat that is self-propelled and can
Wouldn't there
traverse those
be
rivers.
too much of an elevation though?
They would have a system of locks.
There you go. They've thought of this. Wow.
But yes, once you get northern into Smeraldi, you start running into formations caused by the Slate Mountains, which do spread out into this area here, where the northern capital is.
And the only information we have in regards to the two stones in Smeraldi is that they're in Smeraldi.
Let me check my notes.
That is
To be
correct.
sure.
Or crystals.
My notes. Notepad plus plus.
You take your notes in Notepad++.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yep. Blue pillar is in Smeraldi. Red is also in Smeraldi.
If I were to guess, though this, I don't know where the red one would be, but the blue one might be up in the mountains. Specifically also because the water seems to be originating from there. Or the, like, river water.
Maybe the colors could correspond to like some sort of geographic
Elemental system.
elemental or yeah.
So purple for Scorchlands. It's just an initial hypothesis.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they're like purple is made up of red and blue, you know. So like,
Yeah. So like an oasis. I don't even know.
it
Yeah,
will-
Scorchlands. It's an oasis in the middle of a hot desert.
maybe Scorchlands has like a lot of obsidian or something, and obsidian is like purplish.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
We didn't consider on our path last time that we could just cross the mountains.
Wait, what?
We could technically do that to get to Smeraldi.
You mean up north?
Yeah. We could technically do that.
Ooh, yeah, we could technically do that.
The world would end by the time we got to Smeraldi.
Probably. I love how we have to go through all this, and Pink could probably just like fly across there.
It's a long flight.
It's a long, yeah, that's a long flight.
Yeah, you have a point.
I wonder if I have the spherical version of the map in here as well.
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, how would this look on a globe? Or is this a flat plane?
No, it's a globe.
We actually live on a flat planet.
We actually live. It's an infinite plane, though, so like
It's like
you can
Minecraft.
you can still go one way and get to the other.
Oh! So you just like when you go off, if
Yeah,
you go
there
off
is
one
no-
end, then
Yeah.
you just teleport to the other side.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Okay. Yeah.
like Pac-Man.
Like, yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah, so
You know,
you'd be-
actually, too many people fell off of the world before in the ancient times. So all the world's best like magic people got together and like put a barrier at the edge so no one falls off.
The gods were specifically killed because they had that design flaw in their system.
Or perhaps it's just a projection map.
No, that's too simple.
No. You're telling me that this distortion was created by the gods before? No.
It's spherical.
I'd say your family's probably rich enough to have a globe also in their house.
Oh, for sure.
Probably next to the historical fiction section.
Oh yeah, that is a very long flight. Like it already looks kind of long on the map, but that would not be a comfortable flight. I feel like I've probably spent a lot of time. I feel like the humans are probably waking up, or the non-elves are probably waking up.
So
It's
How
human
much time
singular.
has he been spending with like going through books and reading?
We'll say long enough for you to wake up, because he's been reading through stuff.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Pink probably wakes up at this point. He likes to sleep in, but not like too late.
All right.
So yeah, Pink will get up and probably stretch and then leave and look around. We disarmed all of the traps. We said, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you got 16 wires of inflict wounds.
Poor person, whoever accidentally stumbles upon that and is like reaches in to grab them.
Yeah, did we store them all away in like a...
Yeah, all
Yeah,
of
you
them in
just
a
put them
single
in a box
box.
in the storage room.
We might want to do something about that later.
No, it's a trap chest now.
Okay, yeah. Fair enough. Do I have like was it
Dispel magic.
dispel magic? That's the word. I do not have dispel magic. I
Oh,
probably
also,
would've.
small update. I have made a homebrew custom item for the Lesser Consciousness Shifter and put it in your inventory, George.
Oh, perfect.
But yeah.
So about the time you're waking up Pank, you can already smell the wafting of eggs and bacon from downstairs.
Pank is going to like in a cartoon when they smell a pie and they start like
Starts
floating
floating.
up and towards that's what Pink's gonna do.
Except he's a bird, so it makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. Now Pink is gonna go to the source of the smell because he's hungry. Could always go for some eggs and bacon, especially bacon.
Do I smell this from the library?
It would also waft towards you.
I'll also meander down. It's good to know that in the self-imposed embargo, they still have eggs and bacon.
Locally sourced, so even fresher. So as you walk out of the library, George, you see Pank just kind of floating, or like flying through the air. Just like
Yeah.
keeping himself above the ground for reasons. And you make,
Oh,
you
I can
both
see
make the room.
why. I can see him like sniffing.
You both,
Yeah, you can actually hear faint like
like the slide whistle or something. But yes, downstairs, Oswald has made breakfast in the kitchen. And do you have a dining room? That's a good question.
I think so.
I would imagine
you just
so.
have a general kitchen.
No. I would have thought a big place like this would have a dining room.
Hold up. Second floor. Right, dining room's on the second floor.
Oh.
Thickly mom.
Are there 2 floors or 3 floors?
2.
Oh, so the dining room is on the floor that we're on.
Yeah.
Oh.
The kitchen is
Unconventional.
not.
Wait. Hold on. Wait.
So it's 2. That's
So
1.
unpractical.
Which one is more clear? 2 or 1? Here's 2.
I'm gonna go with 2.
Okay. So, yes, you do follow. If you're following the scent, you would be led to the kitchen downstairs, where you can see Oswald is making up a relatively small-sized breakfast for what you normally see. George, as you're used to a full family's breakfast, versus just the 4 of you. Gregor is still asleep, or at least it seems.
I wonder how much Gregor's gonna eat.
I
Good
want
morning,
to know that right.
Master.
Good morning, Oswald.
And Pank as well. I believe I learned your name, or at least heard it in
Yeah.
passing.
Yeah, that's right. Good morning.
Gregor. Gregor told it to me. Well, he was staying with us when you were in town. That's what it was. Yes, breakfast will be ready in a handful of minutes. It's just about done here. It's going pretty quick. I'll send it up the elevator there, and you can dine in the dining room as the eager wishes used to.
Good times.
Any drink requests? We've got a handful of juices as well as just plain dairy.
Dairy, please.
All right.
I'll have orange juice, I suppose.
Orange juice. All right. Will do. I'll send it up right away.
Hey, Pink.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm a little curious. If you'll come with me.
Yeah, sure. What's up?
Here, let's head up to Gregor's room.
Pink will just like nod and follow.
So Gregor's in the room that Pink was not in. I don't know which order you would have slept in. Nuvian was the oldest, so probably the tallest.
Yes, I imagined he'd be in Nuvian's room.
Oh, and also
Is the
slight
door-
retcon. This was supposed to be George's room, not this one. This is where you accidentally ended up teleporting in the last session.
Okay.
I just really liked Morthil, you know?
Is Morthil the one that was killed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is the door open?
That's a good question. We'll say evens it is, odds it's not. Odd it's not open currently.
All right, I'm going to try to open it as quietly as I can.
Okay.
Well, I thought Gregor was in Nuvian's room.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I thought we were going. Yeah, okay.
All right. Let's make that a sleight of hand check.
14, I think. Yeah, 14.
That's contested against a 7 perception, so yeah. Door opens pretty quietly. You see Gregor in his usual nightcap, covering his bald head, or mostly bald head. I think he does have like a top knot. And he seems to be reading a book, as usual.
Oh,
He's just in bed though.
yeah.
I
Well,
love this guy.
He looks very, very cozy.
I'm just gonna shut the door.
Okay.
I thought he would have been asleep.
He's just doing his cozy time reading his
Yeah.
book. God, Gregor is. I love that guy so much.
I'll head to the. I'll say like. I can try this out whenever the food gets here. Gets up here.
Try
He seems.
what?
I want to see if he'll respond to a stimulus that is provided.
Pink raises his feathered brow, just very like not like suspiciously, but like, what do you have planned?
Listen, you'll see it. You'll see it when the time comes.
Okay, fair enough. He was doing like the rock eyebrow raise.
To the dining room, then, I suppose.
All right.
It's just this way.
From that, while you were checking in on Gregor, you saw, or you heard, Oswald moving behind you. And by the time you make it to the dining room, the table seems to be set for everyone to eat. Here I've set up your plate, young master, and then you as well, Pink. You are set up here, and your friend Gregor will be set up right here. Shall I go fetch him?
No, he's okay. You never disappoint. Oswald.
Of course.
Hank is just kind of looking like in awe at like how well set up everything is and meticulous.
Oh yeah, it doesn't fill the entire dining room table, but about a third of it is just filled with all of the in excess of food that you might want to eat.
All right, I'm going to turn to face Nuvian's room and aim a prestidigitation at the door.
Okay.
Making the sound of like a bell ringing. Same sort of sound that Pavlov would have made.
So just a single ding? Or was Pavlov
multiple dings.
Okay.
I don't know if Pavlov did multiple things, but I'm gonna do multiple things.
You're like, treating him like a dog?
No. No, have you seen The Office?
I have not watched The Office, but I might know the scene you're talking about.
Dwight wasn't a dog.
Anyway. Oh, yeah. I know. Okay, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
All right. So, watching from the dining room, you see the door slowly open. Gregor slowly peeks his head out. Looks around. Are you trying to hide in the doorway at all, or are you just standing in the doorway?
I'm just standing there.
Oh, hey, George.
Wait, I'm standing in the dining room, to be specific.
Okay, so you're not in the doorway to see what happens.
Not in Nuvian's doorway, no.
Okay. So you don't see him poke his head out. You just hear the door slowly open. You hear what's... give me a perception check, because now this is back in the room.
$15.
15? Alright, you can hear some rustling around that fits up with just getting generally equipped. And then a few minutes later, Gregor joins you all. Presumably following the smell of the food. Good morning, everybody. Looks like we've got quite a feast.
Hey, Gregor.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead, help yourself. You're set up over there.
Must I say, compliments to the chef here. Ooh, you've got pretty eyes.
And of course, my brain a second to register what he said. Pink is gonna stifle like a little smile himself, like in the game.
Same here. Oh gosh. I'm glad it both took us like a second to just process what he said.
And so, yeah, you're now having breakfast if you want to have any discussions or whatever you want to do.
So, now that we're all here, how shall we get to Smeraldi?
I don't think Gregor was there for any of the conversation about how we could get there. Oh, wait. Oh, we haven't talked about it in-game yet, actually. I only wait. I might be misremembering things real quick. So
You
for
did
like,
We
talk
talked
a
with
little bit with Oswald. I don't know if
Oswald.
you made your final decision.
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it was. That's what it was. Oswald
We
told
talked
us
with-
about some different ways. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And Gregor wasn't there for that. All right, yeah,
Right,
I guess
'cause-
time for. Oops, sorry.
No, you're good.
So yeah, I guess it's time for just full on discussion between all of us now, relaying to Gregor what we learned last night.
Yes. So we have a couple options. Remind me if I'm missing something, but we can join up with the town god and stow away on one of their ships to the continent. We can go through the mines in the south and get to the other side, which also has shipping in the area, and it's not connected with the the local families.
Deceive us.
Deceive us. But the mine hasn't been investigated since the earthquake. Those are the main two I remember. If I'm missing anything.
There was also breaching the border by force, if you're so inclined to do that, or using your contact that you used to get into the city. On that note, I would like to make a request, if you would be willing to accept.
Sure.
The last we know of your brother, Nuvian, is that he had escaped into the forest to the south. But he was also in very poor condition when he made his escape. If possible, I'd like you to locate him and also assist him out of the city.
Nuvian side quest.
Well, that definitely, unless the Sievers are going to hunt him down, that definitely puts the points up for the mines. Which, I mean, me personally, I don't want to deal with trying to join up with the Sievers anyways. There's a lot of risk in that since only one of us has had God experience.
Hello.
If they're actively hunting for him, maybe we would be sent out there, but we don't want to be spending much time. More time than necessary. So I say we try going through the mountains in the south. And that way, if we can spend some time looking for Nuvian, and who knows, maybe we can get him off the continent as well. Or out of just Jasper in general.
He could, if he's like sort of proficient in any sort of fighting or just any sort of I basically sorry, excuse me.
No, go ahead.
He could be of utility to just us in general. Another person tagging along.
Right. I have an idea. We can I can send to him, and that will tell us a lot.
Probably a good idea.
So, Let me just get this ready. Hello, Nuvian. This is George. I am in Jasper, and I am heading south to cross the mountains. Oswald wants to confirm your safety. Meet up. Me.
Meet up what?
Was I 24 or 25 words?
I think that was definitely 25.
Okay, I said meet up me.
Okay. Sure, we'll count meet up as one word. It's meet stash up.
Or I counted 25 on meet up,
Mm-hmm.
but I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, meet up I think is better.
Okay. There's no immediate response.
Oh, fuck. Well, Oswald, I've not gotten a response, which is not the greatest sign. Um, how early is it in the morning?
Let's see. So based off your time, it's probably about 9 a.m.
So we'll look for him. I don't want to. I'm down to look for him at least.
Thank you. I think it'd be best for him to vacate from the city and the surrounding area. And there are, as you mentioned, the Sivas are sending parties out to look for him in the forest. But as far as I've heard, there's been no luck in locating him.
So you weren't able to send to him?
There wasn't a response.
Could
So
could that mean he's just choosing not to respond?
it could. I think it could also maybe mean he's incapacitated in some manner. Um, he could be asleep in a really, really deep sleeper. Um, I suppose it's just something we'll have to find out.
So is the plan to go try and find him?
If it would be okay with you guys.
I think for what we need to be doing, the more people we have to help, the better. Because the three of us together are fairly strong, but the more utility we can have, the better.
Nubian's a
I'm
big
all put
guy.
out here. Gregor, I think, is currently carrying like 7 different weapons.
I think Gregor is definitely the star of our little party. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah, somewhere around 7.
How many of them have elemental cores or whatever?
Is it just the? He has like fire gauntlet, right?
Yeah, just the flame gauntlet.
Mm.
According to the calendar, his spear should be ready.
He had a spear to put
Yeah,
in.
he went to get a air elemental core attached to his spear, or enchanted
Where
to
was
his
that?
spear. That was in Frida's weaponry in Citrine Zone 13.
I was about to say, I thought I remembered him having a spear. Okay, Gregor.
Yeah.
Didn't you have a spear?
Yeah, I used it when I was a guard in Zircon.
Wouldn't it be
Am
ready?
am I remembering the right city? Yeah, Zircon. What did you say?
Wouldn't it be ready?
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. Gregor, I think we should go talk in my room for a second.
Okay.
If you're done eating here, I think I'm all good here.
Sure.
All right.
He grabs a leg of, or like just a handful of bacon, a bundle of bacon, shall we say?
All right. We shall be
Starts
back.
munching on it. So, what are we doing?
We're going to Citrine right now.
Oh, okay.
All right. Grab my hand.
Wait, is it just you two? Did you like leave Pink?
I guess we did.
Unless
Oh.
you want to follow.
Oh, did you just went up to Gregor and was like, "We need to talk," right?
Yeah. We should be there and back.
Yeah. There I'm back again.
Except it takes time to travel.
It's okay. No. Pink would be like, "Oh, they have some business to speak to. I can probably either ask about it later if it's any of my business or whatever." So he wouldn't have followed.
All right.
They'll be back pretty quickly, probably.
Yeah. Gregor, what was the name of the...
I think I wrote it down somewhere.
For
He roots through his bag, pulls out his pictorial alphabet, turns it to the backside, and slowly flips it back and forth. Frida's weaponry.
All right. You probably have a better memory of it than I do. Okay. Here. Hold this.
Okay.
I want you to press the button, and while you're doing it, think only of Frida's smelter area.
All right, I'll give it a go.
Oh, I'm scared.
I am too.
History check.
Oh.
It's a 6 and a 3. He presses the button and falls asleep. Falls onto the bed.
Okay. I grab the thing from his hand. I grab his hand. I press the button, and we go.
All right.
You have to make a history check now.
Based off my memory, yes. Do I need to make a check?
Yes, you do need to make a disadvantage history check. I'm gonna say this has got to be like a DC 18 because you were in there for less than like a few minutes, and it was a fair few weeks ago at this point.
Okay. Unfortunately, this is disadvantage.
Don't tell me it's like a 17.
I got a 19 and an 8.
Ah.
So holding Gregor's hand, you fall asleep. But to you, it doesn't seem like you've fallen asleep. You seem to just be still holding Gregor's. Well, actually, no, you're not holding Gregor's hand anymore. You seem to be standing in the same place, but there, out from the device, seems to emit a slew of these green floating particles. You seem to be standing in your room.
Oh, you shifted
Gregor's there. Oh,
consciousness
hey,
into
George.
the place.
You disappeared there for a second, and all these things appeared.
Isn't this what happened when we first went into that like time loop thing?
Yes.
Hold on, sorry for interrupting so much, but like, what's his name? The one who gave us the
The thing.
Tian,
Yeah,
yeah.
Tian.
Didn't he say that this was like a pocket dimension or something that he like managed to craft from like using the consciousness shifter so that he could like talk freely away from the gods or from
There
any
are
sort of prying
aspects
ears?
of that are
There
correct
what?
and aspects of that aren't. But I think your understanding is a good enough gist.
Okay, yeah.
I'll
I was
allow
just
there to
like
be a little
making
bit of confusion because it was a very tense moment.
tense moment, and it was
You'll
a
have
little
plenty of
bit.
adventuring time to figure out how this works.
Yeah. I'm just going based off of memory right now. I don't think I even wrote down too much. So
Okay. Did it fail then?
Uh,
That's weird.
I guess we're not in the shop,
Wait,
so yeah,
wait. You're asleep.
I'm right. Hello, I'm here. I'm awake. I think. Yeah,
No,
it feels real.
this.
Oh,
Hank,
we're still on
can you come
interlude
in
from
here
Bob
real quick?
Ross.
Yeah,
wait, what happened?
The music
we're
is
listening
still
to Bob
Bob Ross.
Ross.
Oh, I'm not even what? I'm not even in this music. How dare I?
Okay.
Hey, can you come here a minute?
Hank, you don't hear anything.
Hank? Oswald?
I think it's just kind of like sitting in the dining room,
Yeah,
finishing
you're
up
still
whatever he
sitting
wants to
eating
eat.
with Oswald.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go check on the dining room.
Okay. You walk out of your room. Gregor goes with you. I might as well go with. Grab me some more bacon.
Yes, of
Perception check.
course.
Thought it was holding bacon. I'll get more. Guess I finished it. So you go to the dining room, and there's just bacon on the table.
So we're
Just a
Gregor's
bunch of plates
pocket
of bacon.
dimension. We are Gregor's pocket dimension. Am I Gregor's mind right now?
Are you Gregor's what?
Am I in Gregor's mind right now?
Good question.
Um, okay. Gregor, you grab whatever you like.
Ooh, I will for sure.
But
Usually grabs a whole platter.
no. I'm gonna try to sort this out. Um, so I'm gonna try to cast the thing again, and I need you to be holding on to me so we can go together. So you grab as much as you want in one hand.
Yep, one platter works.
All right. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna think of my room, the
Perception check
room I was
first.
just in. Okay. I got that one.
You don't seem to find the consciousness shifter on your possession or on your person.
Right.
Hey, Gregor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you have the rod I gave you?
Oh, let me see here. Yeah,
Could you hand it to me?
there you go.
Thank you. My room.
All right, you press the button. I did not think of this contingency.
Oh.
Perception check.
Okay.
An edge case you didn't think of.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, cool. I think that's a 7. That's a
Okay.
7.
My goodness.
You're in your room now. You're a few feet away.
Okay. Hopefully that's the end up. Where's Gregor?
Oh,
Is he
you're
with
in your
me?
room, and there's still the green particles around.
Oh no. Um. Is Gregor in the room with me?
He doesn't seem to be.
I could check the dining hall.
Oh, hey, George.
Hey.
He seems to have moved on to a second platter of bacon.
Oh no. Um. All right, Gregor. Hey, Gregor. Can you
Yep.
eat one of those bits of bacon for me?
He eats the bacon.
All right. Thank you.
It was very delicious.
It looked like that. Um. Okay. Um. Let's try again. My room.
A perception check.
14.
You're back in your room
Oh, lovely.
with the green
I
particles.
press the button again.
Okay, you're just pressing the button again.
Do I need to make a perception check?
With just pressing the button again, you're back in your room. No green particles. You seem to be on
Is
top
Greg-
of Gregor, holding his hand. Uh, he's asleep. You're
Oh,
not. You seem to be holding the shifter.
Oh shoot. Okay, I shake Gregor. I need to wake him up.
Let's make this an intimidation check.
Oh, did you escape the?
It
You,
seems
you-
I have.
okay. So there's no green particles floating around anymore for you.
Doesn't seem to be.
Okay, good.
Um, if there was a perception check, I did roll a 19, so that would have been a 23. So, but there
Okay.
was not. But
I mean,
intimidation.
yeah.
10.
10. Yeah. Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
Um.
Are you still laying on top of him or no?
No. No.
Okay.
Um.
They had all this bacon, and you were there, and I was. I was of course there, but you were there. Nobody else was. It was kind of strange.
It was a little strange. Okay. Let's go get Pank. Let's go get Pank.
So Pank, well, they're having their
Yes.
fiasco over there. You're of course sat with Oswald.
Yeah.
So, Pank,
Yeah.
What's your story? Meet the young master?
Um, let's see. It would have been how long in game has it been since the Salmon Festival?
Control Alt M. There we go. So here's the map. Here's where you are. Here's the Salmon Festival. So over
Okay,
a
so it's
month.
been a little over a month. I was just out exploring, and I was drawn to this one town. Um, r- uh, Dolam when I first got there.
Hmm.
Uh,
So nearby. Okay.
yeah. Uh, and I was there for the salmon festival that I had heard about.
Oh, so
A
right
little,
after the young master had left town.
and while there, I happened upon uh, George and a few others, and we helped out against a, if I remember correctly, some sort of terrorist attack.
Oh, yeah, interesting. Um,
They tried to get the mayor.
I see. Right, because Dolam recently became Garnet. I suppose there
Yes, yeah.
was. I mean, makes sense that there's some sort of political move to prevent that, but as far as I know, it succeeded.
Yeah.
The
Uh,
the town, not the attack.
yeah, no, and we made sure of that because we helped escort the mayor to Citrine.
I see. Very interesting.
Yeah. So, and it was during that like initial attack at the Salmon Festival where we just like happened to meet up and like dispel the attack. And we just kind of stayed together.
I see. So just you two, three?
So Gregor wasn't actually in the picture at the time.
I see.
It was another party member, Liam, and at the time we had this rather radical turtle.
Seems like an interesting guy. You,
Yeah, he like wore
not many people get
sunglasses all the
described as
time.
radical.
He was rather radical, but like the cool type of the
Hmm.
slang cool type of radical, not like a radical terrorist or anything.
Ah, I see. The kind of person the young master would associate with.
Yes, yes. You might call him cool or awesome,
Might even throw in tubular.
maybe even a tubular if you're feeling.
Very interesting. I've not had a chance to talk to the young master about his journeys yet. So
We've done a lot in the past month or so.
I can imagine if you've made it all the way from, well, if the young master's made it all the way from Jasper to Citrine and back in 1 month. Certainly a lot of traveling. And where are you from?
I am from up north, the Schloss Forest.
I see. That makes sense.
Had a little bit of issue in the tribe that I was born into, and one thing led to another, and I decided to go around exploring as an adventurer.
I see. Family matters are maybe some of the most complicated matters you meet in life. Especially for this family,
Yeah.
he says with a bit of a chuckle.
In my case, a little more than just family, but yeah, I get it.
Hmm.
But it does seem like there's a whole lot going on around here.
Yeah, it's been maybe not the adventurous type of crazy here, but certainly the political type of crazy. Many different developments. I certainly brushed up with the fate of imprisonment quite a few times. Seemed to argue my way out of that, though, luckily. That's why I'm still here. Yeah, probably don't mention the fact that I'm helping you folks out to anyone in the city. That would certainly
Yeah.
be in my head.
Yeah, no, definitely not. I can keep a secret or two.
And speaking of that, what is your plan for when the Sivas do check in on the manor? I'm certainly going to have to evacuate, move somewhere else to where I don't know. And then, yeah, we probably won't be able to return to this place. Not sure what they do, or if they just. I don't quite understand the situation with Thomas Siva. But certainly, if he's not here to report in, next week is probably not going to be a safe week at the manor.
It was a rather, how do I put it? Heat of the moment type of situation that was dealt with Thomas.
I can imagine.
I think you'd probably need to talk to George about that.
I see.
He obviously knows much more about I than all of what's going on here because I I've only been learning about this within the past few days. Really. George wasn't rather talkative about his past and family struggles, as you may imagine.
Yeah, during his lifetime, the Ewish company certainly hasn't been moving in a very good direction. It's a shame that all of this happened as soon as Erjor left the city. It seemed as at the death of his brother Morthil, his father wanted to start moving back in a perhaps more agreeable direction. I've of course been with the eager wishes for almost 60 years at this point. The first 30 of which the eager wishes were quite the honorable family, but I can certainly see in both your lifetime as an Aarakocra and George as a young elf that they certainly haven't painted themselves in a very good light.
I would like to just Pank hasn't said this or anything, but I just like to as a reminder, Pink is 8 years old.
Yep.
Just like I just need to make that known and clear, just to remind people. Sometimes he is 8 years old.
He is a young boy, but an old boy.
Yeah,
Well,
an older, like
third,
not middle aged, but
quarter
like
age.
quarter age to air cookers.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, like on any other time scale, like especially to an elf, he's like a newborn.
Yeah.
And also is how do I? You keep saying his name, and it keeps slipping my tongue.
Oswald?
Oswald, yes, thank you. Is Oswald a human?
Yes, he's a human.
Okay,
I could read you the description again. But yeah, he's about 76 years old.
76. Damn.
Definitely white hair, monocle on the left eye.
He's been working since he was 16.
Yeah, no, that was my thought. When I heard he's been with them for 60 years, I was like, hold on, how old is this guy? And like,
Oh,
this man. But yes, but but we will probably need to come up with a plan for you and any other folk that need it for being safe from what's happened around here.
Indeed. And at that point, George and Gregor, you're now awake and heading back to the dining room, if I recall.
yes. All right.
Finally, unsplitting the party.
We've had a discussion. Hank, I believe we need to talk to you as well. Thank you very much, Oswald.
Of course, Master.
I believe we might be heading out now. Maybe. Is it time to go? It might be time to go.
Before we leave, Oswald and I were just talking about the plan for the coming days or week when the Sivas learn about Thomas's disappearance and what we should do with Oswald to keep him or anyone else safe.
Yes, I suspect once they find out that Thomas is no longer here and keeping watch and has, well, whenever they get in contact with him, it's probably going to be my head if I'm still here.
Do you want to stay in Jasper?
I think it'd be nice to observe the city, but I also know for someone like me with ties to the Eager Wishes, it's not the safest place. I know I highly suspect there are people still in town that are dissenters of everything that the Sivas are doing, but they're certainly keeping quiet about it.
Well,
For their own safety.
Well, I think we can stop with the subterfuge. Is there a town on the route from Jasper to Citrine that you would like to go? I know you've spent a very long time here.
Indeed. Pulls up the Giga map. I think perhaps the first place to head, after you make it safely out of the city. For me, it would be perhaps Dolam. I could, of course, accompany you to, if there's a way, to accompany you to Smeraldi, as I do know of connections there from your father's contacts. But of course, as we've discussed, getting to Smeraldi is perhaps not the easiest it's been in a while.
If you listen, a path forward is rots with danger, and just making it to Smeraldi is probably one of the easier parts. We can get you to Dolam very quickly if you would like to help out. Then you're welcome, but it's going to be extremely risky.
I can, well, getting out of the city is certainly extremely risky on its own, so I can certainly imagine.
Yeah. Grab my hand.
He reaches out his hand.
Everyone, grab each other's hands.
Are we doing the thing now?
We have to. We're doing the thing now. All right.
Is it time?
It's time. Let's go to Dolam. I pull out
right now.
I pull out the lesser consciousness shifter.
Well, hold on. I mean, I guess you make it out, but
I need it
I'd like
quickly.
to see you out of the city safe before I give up anything here.
You'll see us out safe. And then I press the button, thinking of.
That's happening very fast.
Wait, Dolam is the Dolam's now Granite or whatever.
Garnet.
Garnet.
I think of I shouldn't think of the stage. That's not a good place to.
That's a terrible.
Wasn't there that building that was pretty empty and dark that Gar chased someone into?
There was a storage tent, I think.
That's not going to be there
That might be what
anymore.
you're thinking of.
I don't know if Garnet / Dolam is the best place to go.
I'm just demonstrating. I'm demonstrating to him that I'm trying to demonstrate, like, we can get him there. And I've already decided I was doing this without talking to you guys about it.
Yeah.
All
right.
I was showing the map.
So,
Clear.
yeah, wait. Yeah, let's just go to the outskirts of Dolam, or Garnet, near the fishing areas, but not on the fishing areas. Wait, the road. I think of the road. That's where we met people. It's where I met for the first time. Yeah, I'll think of the road.
Oh, yeah, the road. Well, actually, you weren't on the road. You were on the stage performing.
He was on the stage when everyone met.
I had to take the road.
You would have had to take the road to get in.
I would have had to take the road.
And Pink was busting it down.
I was busting it down, yeah.
All right.
Not in a certain style,
check.
though.
We'll say this is perhaps a 15?
Okay. Oh gosh, okay. I got a 9.
You fall asleep? Um, is he doing some sort of mental link or something?
He, I guess
You know what's
I
funny
wouldn't
about
know what
this?
just happened, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
the only person who would be Gregor, and I
Well,
didn't
Gregor
tell Gregor
fell
what
asleep
happened.
first and woke
And
up last, so
yeah, I didn't tell Gregor what happened.
I'm not quite sure what just happened. Um,
um,
this wasn't what was supposed to happen. He's fine, probably. Hank is gonna put his ear to his heart and like see if he's alive.
perception check.
This is not the time to be rolling low. 11.
Seems like he's got a heartbeat. The elven heart seems to be in the place you expected it to be.
Okay, yeah, he's alive. He's alive.
Should we sit him down?
I think. Is he just like laying on the ground right now, slumped over?
He's currently kind of like slumped over a little bit, but he's still holding, like someone's still holding his hand.
Uh,
Oswald is
Oswald is
still
still
holding
holding
my
his hand.
hand.
So he's just like kind of keeping you up.
we might want to set him down.
All right.
So we will explain later.
Fair enough. That was all moving very quickly.
Yeah, no.
Possible, I'd like to at least gather my belongings before going somewhere.
Yeah,
Very,
you
very
can go do
suddenly.
that. We'll keep him. We'll keep him. Under
So
watch.
George, you're now alone in the dining room. Looks pretty much the exact same that you were standing in, but everyone just disappears and green motes everywhere.
Oh, not again. All right, get me back to the dining room. And I press the button again.
All right, press the button again, and you wake up sat in a chair. Or currently you're being sat into a chair by Oswald, and everyone's around.
So we're not in Dolam, I don't
Did you
think.
do your thing?
No, I don't think I did. Um, I think. How long was I gone?
Few seconds.
Okay. Um. Well, I mean, we might as well try again, right?
I'd like to gather my things first, if
Oh.
possible. If we're right now leaving,
Please go ahead.
we'll do. Do you, while I'm still here, need any assistance finding anything in the manor, or?
You're good to go on your. I'm all good here.
All right. He heads towards the servants' quarters.
All right, so I'm not the most patient one, am I?
No, that was rather sudden.
Okay.
It's not
So-
like we need to leave like at this very second. We have time.
Right. So you two, as I've discovered twice now, there's a chance using the crystal connector, the lesser consciousness shifter, will send you to that plane where we've fought Tiaden with the green wisps.
I see.
Gregor, you were there earlier.
Yeah, I can second that. There was a lot of bacon. It was very tasty.
Yes. So I guess that's something to look out for. Getting out is so far been simple. We just have to think about or try it again, I guess. But
Oh,
specifically,
sorry.
we don't go to where we were thinking of. We just go to the area we already were. So, like,
Okay.
I just now was in the dining room alone.
Okay. Interesting.
So, something to keep in mind, I suppose.
Also, I would like to just point out real quick. Uh, in my notes, I am reading through to see what all I took notes on about the consciousness shifter when Tiaden told us.
Hmm.
And I do remember this now. In the realm of the consciousness shifter, you can follow the pillars to their locations, is what I have written down, which means he told us that.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I don't like take extensive notes. I only take notes about like small things that I feel like Pank would remember, like important details, which is why I only remember some things sometimes. So I'm pretty sure at you saying like you used the consciousness shifter and then you like fell into this sleep and then like you were back in the realm of the consciousness shifter, I feel like Pank would be like, oh shoot, wait, hold on. That reminds me. And I would probably relay that to you guys. Being like, hey, wait, didn't Tiaden say after we had fought him and before those pillars fell
I'm guessing.
and we shifted for the first time, we can follow the pillars to the locations in the actual realm of that consciousness shifter.
Oh, so we can intentionally go there. Okay, let's see. That's interesting. Um, that we might have to do that then. Um, that is really helpful for figuring out where everything is.
I, as a player, had forgotten that information just because so much time passes between sessions
Yeah.
sometimes.
Mhm.
But hasn't it only been a few days since that event happened?
You don't have an exact track of the date because you've not checked a calendar yet officially.
That's fair.
But let's see here. I think it's on my secret version of this map. Okay, good. I'm not showing this. Let's see. So when you left, about a day or two after that happened.
Yeah, okay. So it's like only been a few days in game, and I'm pretty sure it'd be kind of fresh in our characters' minds what just happened.
Yeah.
So I think it's fair for me to remember at least that snippet of information.
Yeah.
Right. So, okay.
So at the very least, when we get to Smeraldi, we can use the consciousness shifter to figure out where the pillars are.
The one thing that doesn't it's sticking out to the one thing that's sticking out to me is I can't seem to understand why it didn't work. Like, I was trying to think of the road to to Garnet, and it didn't work. We tried going to the smithy in Citrine. It didn't work. Maybe, like...
Maybe it's not like a clear enough image in your head, because obviously your room here in your manor that you grew up in and spent most of your life in, it'd be pretty
Yeah.
easy for you to be able to get there. But the road to Garnet that you've traveled maybe once.
That's what... That was kind of what I was maybe thinking, because we stopped here first because I had the shifter in my hand, and I wanted to make sure that we got out of there. Well, so we can also easily control how we go there. We just have to think of somewhere very random. And hopefully not remember too well.
I mean, have we tried just clicking it without having a place in mind? Maybe the intention to go into the realm?
I don't know. Here, let me try. I click it.
All right, you're still sitting in the chair, but all of these green motes seem to, burst out from it, and you're the only one in the room.
Wow. I click it again just to see what happens.
You're back in the room. Everyone's there. All the green motes kind of seem to absorb into the crystal. Pink, you just see George kind of is just like. Do that.
Okay, so interesting. You don't even need to think about it in either area. You just click the button. It's great.
Okay, so it seems we only need to think of a location if we're actually trying to transport ourselves.
Oh, one thing I have noticed: only one person at a time can go in, because you have to individually use the shifter to get to the other realm. Otherwise, you can't hold hands and bring everyone to the realm at the same time.
Hank has a +0 to intelligence. Would he be able? Do you think he'd be able to put 2 and 2 together to be like, well, hold on. If you have to think of, okay, that's fair. To put 2 together and be like, well, if you have to think of a location to travel to the location, maybe you can think of other people when you want to click the button to bring them into the dimension with you.
Yeah, you can make that a guess. Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna relate that to
okay. I am just going to think. Yeah. So you click the button and you think of the person.
Yeah, try thinking of the people that you want to bring with them. Like you would think of a location that you would want to go to.
Right. Hey, Pank.
Yeah.
You ready to go? And I click the button.
All right. So George, once again, all these motes seem to disperse out from you. Another contingency I've not thought of. Let's give
We're breaking the simulation.
A perception check.
Perception check from me?
For George.
Okay.
Because he's the one who clicked the button.
Yeah, that's fair.
13.
13? All right. So you turn to face Pink. And it's not quite pink. It's like a weird, like it's kind of all the features you remember being pink, but it's clearly not pink. It's just kind of
it's like I'm dreaming
there.
of pink.
It's like a dummy. Yeah.
Hmm.
So I just have like a puppet tank in front of me.
Yeah, it's just kind of standing there.
Am I just like still in like the normal world, just like
You're still in
chilling?
the. George is just
Okay.
puncturing out.
So I am not in there in any capacity.
This
Right.
is
You're
so
just, you're just in
weird.
the room. You're just watching George go back and forth from sleeping.
I. Oh, right, because earlier Gregor was probably thinking of bacon, and there was bacon in the dining. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I should probably tell them. I'll click the button again.
You wake up.
Okay, I'm back. Here's my theory. Um, the pocket dimension is influenced by the thoughts you're having at the moment. Um, so I was able to bring your likeness with me, but not you.
That checks out. I didn't go anywhere. So I just saw you pass out.
Yeah, Gregor and I have both seen it. You haven't. Would you like to try?
Yeah, sure.
But you have to press the button, but I'm holding the rod. Just go ahead, press it. I want to see how it works.
I'm gonna
I would sit down.
I'm gonna pull up a chair if there is one.
Funny.
I'm gonna pull up a chair. Oh, are we in the dining room?
As far
Yeah.
as I remember, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I pull up a chair, sit down, and then I hesitantly like hold out my hand and then just like press it.
So George, you see Pank fall asleep. Pank, from pressing that
Wait,
button,
What have I done?
all of those green motes seem to explode out from the lesser consciousness shifter, and now you're in the same room. But now there's the green motes around. George isn't there.
I don't have the consciousness shifter.
I believe George was holding it, and you were just reaching over and tapping the button.
Yep. I'm gonna wake Pank up.
All right. Easy enough, I guess, at this point. I don't know, Pank, are you a particularly heavy sleeper?
No.
Okay, yeah.
No.
You wake up well enough.
Yeah, that's my bad. I didn't realize.
So, Pink, you see all of these motes collapse into a single location, and you wake up back in the same place.
I just have to say real quick, this music is perfect for what's going on.
Yeah, so I forgot that you take what you already have on you into the dimension. So, oops. Sorry
You're
about
just
that
kind of
one.
like looking around a little bit.
You seem to be in
Okay.
the same dining room now. You're awake.
Actually, I need to check something, and I press the button.
I think the title of this session is just going to be I Sleep. So you're back in there. You're in the dining room.
Give the players a fun mechanic, and then they're just gonna explore the mechanic.
Yeah, that's why it's there.
I'm going to look around. I go to the window in the room,
Okay.
and it's shoot. It would be a east-facing window.
Okay.
I think, yeah, it should be.
Yeah, there's so the room itself faces, or the backside of the mansion faces northeast, and then the side wall of the The other wall in the dining room would face mostly east, yeah. Or like, I guess southeast.
I look to see if I can see a pillar.
You don't see a pillar, but the sky is once again that strange, just black with dots of light scattered through it, rather
Okay,
than the usual swirling sky.
I'm gonna leave the manor.
Okay.
Is there a way to get up on top of the roof? I would know that.
There are maintenance ladders on the outside of the building.
I'm gonna try to climb up on the roof.
Okay.
And when I do, I'm gonna look for the pillars again.
Okay. Yeah. So you don't seem to see anything from the roof. Climbing up there. Hank, you just see George kind of honk shooing away. I don't know if you want to do anything.
So I know that um in the real world I'm sleeping.
Yeah. Oh, and then also what you will also notice from up on the roof is that the world around you seems to only have, let's see, what is your intelligence modifier?
I think it's +1. Yeah.
Okay. So there's about a 250 radius to the area that is in this world, centered on that dining room. After
Okay.
that, the world seems to just fall apart. And, from your perspective looking down, it's kind of like a Minecraft world where there's no blocks. And you can
The
kind of
chunks
see like
haven't
the sun
rendered
and the
in.
moon below or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um
But it's still this like black void.
is George familiar with the idea of lucid dreaming?
I don't know. You can make that an intelligence check or something.
I would like to do that.
Sure.
17.
Yeah. You've heard the
Okay.
idea.
So if I'm sleeping. I should be able to recognize that I'm in a dream and be able to control it. In the same way that Theoden did. So I am going to try. Maybe I shouldn't do this on the roof. I'm going to get down from the roof.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to fly up into the sky.
Interesting. Okay. We'll make this a perception check. Sure.
16.
16. Okay, yeah, that'll work. You seem to kind of like start floating up in that sort of dreamy way where it's like a little hard to control, but like you're getting some altitude.
All right. I'm going to fly way above the manor then.
About
And
how
just
far are you trying to fly up?
To Y256.
High enough up that there isn't any obstructions for me to see all the way around me.
So a note is that because the world seems to fall off at this sort of 250-foot radius, there are no obstructions in sort of the distance. It's just kind of your manner in this space that you're seeing.
Okay. I'm going to fly up then like 100 feet ish.
Just 100 feet? Okay. So after meandering up, you make it to 100 feet. And Pink, you'll have a handful of minutes here just to do what you want. So if you want to start brainstorming some stuff. But yeah, George, you're up in the sky.
Has anything changed in the view I have?
This is an angle that you've never seen your manor at before. Looks surprisingly small from this distance.
I imagine that's an
But
angle not a lot of people have seen the manor from before.
yeah. But nothing seems to have changed. Are you looking out for anything specific?
The pillars.
Okay. Uh,
Just any sign that they exist, even if it's just like the faintest bit of light.
Roll me a perception check.
13.
13. You don't seem to see anything.
Hmm. Okay. Um.
And perhaps we'll switch to pink now. Well,
Yeah.
George, you're brainstorming.
I think I'll just be talking to Gregor.
There's some good bacon in it.
It is quite good. Oswald did a very good job.
Oh,
Rather
he's
meticulous.
certainly an expert.
Very much so. He told me that he's been doing this for 60 years.
Wow. He's definitely got years of experience over me, that's for sure.
Yeah, that he's been doing this so many times longer than I've been alive.
Yeah, he's well, maybe not twice my age, but maybe that.
How old are you?
I believe Gregor is 48.
Oh,
Let's see. Pretty sure Gregor's in his 40s though.
Gregor is like exactly 6 times older than me.
Let's see. Scroll down to Zircon Gregor. I don't have an age for him, but he's 7'2". Gregor. Let's see. Oh, actually, I think I've got a sheet on Gregor. If we are so interested to find out. Origins Gregor is somewhere in here, I think. Origins Gregor. Let's see. Let's see. So it happens in that year. He's probably about that old. Going at the calendar. It's currently 16180. So that's 10 years before. Okay, so he's maybe like mid-30s.
Mid-30s?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll say he's 34.
Okay. I mean, he has been doing that for so much longer than I've been around several times my life over. I may not seem it, but like, I think I don't keep track of time all that much, but I think I'm around 7, 8 years old. I don't keep too close of attention. Aarakocra mature at a quicker rate.
Yep. I think average lifespan for Aarakocra is 30.
Oh, all this I'm trying to say too, Gregor.
Ah, I see. Age 34. Set in stone. So that's about my age. I guess I'm an old man to you, eh?
Lots of people are, especially elves. Elves are will live so many tens of times longer than I could ever hope to see.
That's a lot of tens.
That is a lot of tens. 3 tens is too much for me.
Yeah. He's trying to. You can see the gears turning in his head. He's working out the math.
Pink's not the best at math either, which is why he's giving general numbers.
Do we have any ideas from George now?
I would like to fly 240 feet in one direction.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm in the very epicenter. I want to go to the close to the edge.
Okay. So you're 100 feet up in the air currently.
Mm-hmm.
If you go 240 feet in a given direction, because there's no actual material close to you, it's a little difficult to gauge the edge, but from those estimations, at a certain point, you wake up.
Oh.
After moving a few hundred feet.
Okay. Okay.
Thanks, right
so,
there. Talking to Gregor.
Looking at me like that, or just talking normally?
I was talking normally, but the moment you wake up, you see Pink like, no.
Okay. I've discovered some things about the other area. So, are you too familiar with the idea of lucid dreaming?
Nope. Is it like
I
regularly
don't think
dreaming,
so.
but loose?
In a manner of speaking, so the idea with lucid dreaming is you're aware that you're dreaming while you're in the dream.
Okay.
So, because of that, because you know that you're in your own dream and you're controlling the dream, your brain is like made up the dream or whatever, so you can control it. So, you can, for example, go into this alternate dimension and fly around if you'd like. If you have a strong enough force of will, I suppose, on the dream. So that's one thing I learned. Another thing I think I just learned. There's the realm only goes out a certain distance away from where you originally were. It's like not that far. You can't see the pillars. Either. It's just like the world just sort of stops at a certain point. And if you try to cross that, well, you get back here. Because I tried to cross it.
Okay. So that means we have to use it to locate the pillars when we're already nearby one of the pillars.
Yes.
I guess it's more for precise locating.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe the pillars are located in the realm specifically.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess that's good to know. It's still got to be possible. It's got to be possible to bring other people with you, though. we were all in there together when Tian did it. Or maybe since his was a more powerful version of it.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, you were there too when I was in there, George.
Yes. We had used the caster separately. So, but there has to be. Hold on. If we press the button at the same time, would that work?
I don't know. I think my fingers are a little big for that. It's a small button.
It is, but like we don't all need to like here. I grab like what do I have?
Well, what if we all just held it at the same time instead of all pressing the button at the same time?
Well, I was holding it earlier when you pressed it, and that didn't work.
But I wasn't holding it as well. Like, what if we all held the handle of the consciousness shifter?
Okay. We could try that. Yeah. Okay, so
Instead of like just holding hands while one person holds it, we all hold the actual physical thing.
right. Or at least hold it in some way. I don't know if we
Or
have
just be in
enough room.
contact with it in some way.
Yeah. So here. I will hold the top bit of it and be ready to press. And you two will hold the rest of it. And then I'll press.
Okay.
Okay.
So you get your hands on there in however you want to fit them.
All
And
right.
George, when you press the button, George falls asleep, and George, you're now back in this shifted dining room.
Well, that didn't work.
Hmm.
The rest
All
of
right.
you
I press
just are also
press
holding
the
it,
button.
and George wakes up.
Okay. If we rest off like the edges of our fingers on the button and then press it. Like here's my idea, right? We all rest our fingers in some way on the button. We then keep contact with it the entire time it's being pressed. So we don't necessarily have to time our press together. But as long as we all keep contact with it, we would all be technically pushing the button together at the same time.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So I'll move my finger over to like the edge. Let's see if we can get everyone.
You know, I'm
have
looking at the
contact
art
with
of
it.
this, and this is a tiny button.
Yeah, it is. I'll let you
Look.
two have the space.
Okay.
I think I'll take up most of the button there.
I'm just gonna like rest my nail on the edge of it. So
Okay.
like I could still like press it, but it would be like
I'm gonna delicately like put the tip of my talon.
All right.
all right. I'm gonna start slowly pushing it down, making sure that Pank stays on.
Yeah, I'm also doing that.
Okay. Roll initiative.
Why?
Okay. Oh, nat 1.
I don't like it to hear. Oh, nat 20.
So Pink,
Oh, easy.
you fall asleep. To you everything just kind of bursts out. You see everything. George, you see Pink fall asleep first.
Oh, so I
and
pressed the
then
button first on accident.
Roll dexterity, I guess.
Saving or just a regular dex
George,
check?
roll dexterity.
Oh.
This is regular.
Yeah, just regular dexterity.
I got a 6.
6. All right. So your incremental slow movement. You see Pink fall over. You look over, and then your finger also presses the button, and you're now in as well.
Well,
Wait, hold on.
So, like,
Are we both in
a
there now?
millisecond later, you see George come into this realm.
Oh,
okay.
hold on.
I don't think that went the way I intended it.
Oh, so wait. What if someone just holds it and everyone who wants to go in just presses the button and then the person holding it presses it last?
I'm glad you're using your brain today. That sounds like it would work.
And then if we all want to get out, the person who's holding it presses it to wake up and then just wakes the other ones up
Yeah.
in the real world.
Yeah, that is so much easier. All right, well,
I'm glad that's sorted out.
yeah, we can tell Gregor now, I suppose. I'll press the button.
All right. George, when you wake up, Gregor is taking a whole hard-boiled egg, well, peeled, of course, and just like taking a just full, not even like biting a piece off, just full egg.
Considering he's doing this on the assumption that we are not there, I'm not going to say anything. I shake Pank awake.
Okay. So you see
All right.
George disappear, and then you wake up.
Hey,
You
Gregor,
shook.
pull up a chair.
Okay. Pulls up a chair, scoots over.
All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to hold it. Gregor, you're going to push the button first, and then Pank's going to push the button, and then I'll... All right, go ahead, Pank.
I pressed the button.
All right.
All right, I press the button. Is there bacon?
There's less bacon than before. There's mostly hard-boiled eggs.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go grab some bacon.
All right. You take some bacon. It's tasty bacon. Gregor salts an egg, eats it.
I think we'll also take a piece of bacon.
Hmm.
All right, well.
Oh, I mean, hey,
Do
if this
wonder
means I
how-
get more bacon and eggs, I'm all for it.
I wonder how much control we do have in this realm. Trying to think.
I know I'm not gonna do this, and I know it wouldn't work anyways because there's
You can try it.
Based off of what George said, like being able to control things, knowing that you're in the world, I'm gonna like try and open some sort of portal in front of me to one of the pillars.
Okay. Perception check.
I like this dice. 19.
9. Okay. So this. How do you
It was
envision
almost
this
a nat
portal?
20, by the way. But
How do you envision this portal? Like, what does it look like? Describe it.
it's like it has like it's wobbly and like kind of ripped around the edges all the way around, as if it's like just tearing the fabric of reality open.
Okay.
But otherwise, it's like kind of clear but slightly wavy in the center.
Okay. And what do you see through that?
The pillar, or what the one of the pillars, the red pillar in Smeraldi.
Okay. So you see a red pillar of light in a plate, like in a general, I guess. What do you envision Smeraldi as?
Oh, okay. This is exactly why I suspected it wouldn't necessarily work how I thought it would work. Because I have to envision that, and it's what I envision. It's not going to necessarily be what's actually there, right?
But would Peg figure this out?
Where's Pink's image
Would
of
the others see the portal too?
Yeah, it's there. Is that some new magic ability you've got?
Is that the pillar? How much do I see of Smeraldi?
I guess you're all kind of like sat next to each other, so you can all kind of see into this rift. It's like you see a red pillar of light in I'm gonna guess Pink is envisioning it as like some sort of small city.
I was more thinking like some sort of like landscape that's like it's far away from some sort of city.
Okay, so
It's in the
you see
wilderness.
this red pillar in like a valley. There's like a mountain in the back. There's trees. There's a tree next to the tree, so it has a friend. You know, there's just like a red pillar of light, just like in the middle of a field.
How much do I know of the Smeraldi wilderness?
Uh, would you say you've read like picture books from Smeraldi? I mean, your parents probably would have brought some back, so.
Yeah, I figure I might have read a book about it, maybe.
I don't know. It's believably Smeraldi.
Okay.
Actually, Pink, you wouldn't have known much of Smeraldi, so
No, not at all.
so maybe it's like, I mean, you could argue it's a place, but like it feels more like what someone might envision it to look like. It's kind of like how when everyone pictures Mexico, it's like always orange. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it has an orange filter over it.
So it's got a Smeraldi filter over it.
So are we able to deduce that this is not, or the like validity of this portal?
I don't think Pink would. I think Pink would be like, I thought of a portal to Smeraldi where the red pillar is. And so therefore it happened, and that's the red pillar.
Gregor like takes one of the plates of bacon and like slides it away from the portal.
Okay, I want to try two things. Is there a fireplace in here?
Good question. Yeah, there is a fireplace if I recall.
Okay. Just to test, I'm going to point my two fingers at the fireplace and just try to cast some sort of fire spell.
Which fire spell? Or just like you're just trying to shoot fire out of your fingers?
I'm trying to shoot fire.
Fireball.
I'm trying to think of like spells George has seen
Okay.
that he can't do.
Okay.
So I guess firebolt I'd start out with.
All right. Yeah, roll a perception check.
22.
You seem to cast the spell.
Oh, that is so useful. Maybe. Okay. I suddenly understand why Tian did so well here.
We've been given a Gmod sandbox.
Okay. And then I don't know if the area limits still apply with the portal.
Pink is
I'm going to try to go through it.
Oh, yeah,
All right.
okay. We're really we're forcing you to flesh this out.
Yeah. All of these edge cases that I didn't really think of too heavily. Let's see. So who's going through the portal here? George?
George is.
Me. The rash
All
one.
right.
Or the hasty one.
Let's see. Roll a perception check.
All right. That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. Okay. Dirty 20. Okay. So you seem to enter the portal into this like area around you. It kind of matches up with what you saw through the portal.
I go over to the pillar.
Okay.
I try to like discern if I feel any like energy from this pillar.
Perception check.
Have I just led us down a rabbit hole?
17.
17. All right. It feels like what you think energy feels like.
um, it's just a pillar of light.
Just a pillar of light.
Is there anything to grab from it?
Perception check.
Oh gosh.
I think we almost want to do badly on these.
I know. I want to fill this role. 11.
11. Yeah, it feels like you're moving your hand through like somewhat like a dense air, like from the energy of the light.
Okay. I I don't think this is the pillar we are looking for. Like Tian told us we had to grab something.
You're through the portal.
I mean, you can still kind of see each other.
Oh, okay, I see. Um, hmm. I, I mean, I don't know. I just thought that I could try to see if this would work. I mean, it looked pretty convincing to me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Um,
Are you sure it's not?
I have an idea. I'm gonna step back over.
Okay.
Gregor,
Yeah.
could you, real quick, open a portal to the green pillar?
Okay. Nothing's happening. He's just waving his hand
How
around.
how about the purple pillar?
Okay. He takes like one of the butter knives from the table, like
Nothing's
I don't know.
happening.
Okay. Okay, unfortunately, Pink, off the top of your head, do you remember the locations? Don't, sorry. Is there a pillar you don't immediately remember the location of?
Um,
There's green, red, blue, silver, purple.
I was gonna before you said that, Pink was gonna be like, I think there was like a gold portal or something. But I think the silver one. I don't
The silver one. Open a portal to there.
Pink like focuses on a point in space and like tries to do what he did before with the red one.
Okay, perception check.
Where's the die that's been rolling good? Here it is. You said perception?
Yep.
That's a 14.
14. You don't open a portal of any sort.
Uh,
Hmm.
See, if we could open a portal to somewhere you don't know, it would. Hopefully, I would know enough of the location to be able to tell if it's the actual area or not. Okay, whatever. Green was abyss, right? Let me try opening a portal to that.
Suddenly, Gregor disappears.
What?
What
Huh?
will come up? What will come up? I press a button.
All right. You see Oswald. Well, Pink, you see George disappear. But George, you see Oswald just like poking Gregor in the face a little bit, like in the cheek. And Gregor's like, hmm? Oh, hello.
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess we're done there, or
For now, yeah, we're done there for now. I'll wake Pink up.
Thank you. No.
I suspect that was more than a mid-morning nap.
You would be correct
Care
in
to
that.
explain?
So, this object that I have is a sort of teleportation device. This is how we got into the city.
So I guess
Oh,
that's your contact, so to speak.
yes.
I see.
Which is how we could get you to Dolam today. Darn it. But a neat little quirk of the thing is that should you fail the teleportation ritual, because you have to remember the area very well. So should you fail it, you get sent to a dreamlike realm of the area you are currently in.
It's an interesting teleporter design. Granted, the fact that you have a portable teleporter is very interesting in and of itself.
There's a long story to it
Yes.
that we probably shouldn't disclose too much of at this time.
He's not going to ask. Does he roll a natural one?
So he trusts.
Yeah.
All right. So
So you
Oswald,
envision the area, George, and you go there, I suppose, and you bring others with. Is that
yes.
how you
So
removed Thomas to Citrine?
that is how
so
we
swiftly?
removed Thomas to Citrine swiftly.
He is in Citrine, what would have normally been a long trip.
Yeah, that would have been a 2-week trip in of itself. Out of curiosity, are you the only one who can use it, George, or?
It's entirely reliant on the memory of the person pressing the button. As far as we understand, it's worked for the three of us. Well,
You're the only one who's actually teleported.
have I really been the only one who's teleported? I mean, we got here, we went to sit. Oh. It works with me. And you can get to the other realm. No problem. Like here, if you want, you can press the button right now, and you'll see the other realm.
I'll hold off first. I do have a question before I forget. If someone who knew Smeraldi pressed the button, could they bring you out towards your destination?
You bring up a good point.
Yeah, so whoever pressed the button, if they remember Smeraldi, it would teleport whoever's connected to the rod.
It's based off of how well you know the location, which is why we were able to teleport into George's room so easily, because George used it to transport us here from Citrine.
By the way, he got a dirty 20 on that intelligence check.
Yeah.
So if someone who knows a certain area in Smeraldi well was to press the button and bring us along,
Well, I can think of a few people who might know that. Oswald, did you ever go on the expeditions with Father?
Only a sparse few times. I'm not super familiar.
So,
But I mostly stuck to taking care of the house.
right. So,
So all of those times were before you and your brothers were born.
so
But if you can find Nuvian
or my father,
or your father,
then we could get there with no trouble.
they're quite likely to have a working knowledge.
But the mines in the south, they seem rather appealing, don't you think?
Suppose it's a matter of how much you want to risk.
so where was the
if
last place you
the-
saw we heard of Nuvian?
What's that?
Where was the last place we heard of Nuvian?
The last place that anyone really knows of him is beaten and battered from what the Sivas had done to him. And when he was about to be executed, a horse came and took him, aided him in his rescue. He rode that out towards the forest, and no one's seen him since. The general rumor, or sort of guess theory, is that the horse was some sort of druid who had polymorphed, and that and my personal theory is that it might have been your aunt, Erjor. From what little of her that I know from back when I first started working for the Eager Wishes, is that she perhaps lived in the forest, but nobody's heard from her in well over 40 years.
Yeah, Mother didn't talk much of her sister, but that sounds right. Um, well, if we find Nuvian, we have a way to Smeraldi, which might be the easiest of the three paths.
And it would give us
And-
another person who could aid us.
Let's see. What time is it now?
It's about midday after all your sleep shenanigans.
I could try sending again. What's the consensus on that?
Sure, yeah. Not a bad idea.
All right. Goes like this.
Cracks his neck, like,
Yeah.
master at work.
Hello, Nubian. This is George. I'm sorry. I mean, Eldor.
15 more.
Yep.
I need to meet up with you. I am making my way to Forest. I will see you there.
I think that's the right count.
Yeah.
The general message gets through.
Yeah, no wonder if he's alive. No wonder he didn't respond. I said George last time.
You did.
Wow. Okay.
So you don't get an immediate response.
Immediate.
And then suddenly, you hear, Brother, what? That's it.
So Nubian's alive. Yeah, Nubian's alive.
Yes, I would like some soup, please.
It's still sending. He's with someone. And it doesn't sound like he's being imprisoned. Because he just asked for soup. Okay. He has the next 20 words should come through to me. Why does he have to be quiet? I mean, it doesn't sound like he's in much of a health to speak, but give me more information.
Does it like time out, or is it like the next 25 words, if they choose to respond, have to come through?
If they choose to send it.
So he chose to send the soup then.
Okay.
Yeah.
It sounds he's fine. He sounds fine.
So did he
He's
like
asking
say
for
where he
soup.
was?
Somewhere where they provide soup.
I don't think that quite narrows it down.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
It sounds like he's still in that camp in the woods, wherever. It doesn't sound like he's been captured.
Okay, that's good.
But he doesn't sound good. What did they do to him? How long ago was it when he was run out of town?
It's a good question. Gonna consult the timeline here. Let's see. I don't quite remember.
I guess a
It's
lot.
been probably under a week.
Okay, well, I guess it's still reasonable for him to be recovering then. Okay, to the Oswald, where do you want to go?
Well, I've gathered everything I own, anything I want to take with in the foyer. I don't know if you have a cargo limit to your teleporter.
Here, let's head down, see what you've got.
There are 2 boxes of things. And then he's also got a bag that he can throw over his back.
Okay, here's what we shall do. Gregor shall help you carry those boxes.
Okay.
And we shall teleport. And that should get everything through. Any objections?
No, these boxes are pretty light.
Perfect. Okay, where do you want to go, Oswald?
If it's anywhere that you can imagine.
While he's thinking, I'd like to get the hamburger helper out
Okay.
and reach into my coin purse and get like a platinum out. Like as like nonchalantly as possible.
Sleight of hand?
Sleight of hand. Okay. Oh boy. 9.
Okay. It's a 2 on his perception, so he doesn't see it.
Okay. I'm going to slip the hamburger behind him and just slip the platinum into the bag that's on his back.
Well, if we're leaving the Jasper area, and we really can quickly go between anywhere between here and Citrine.
Unless you can remember somewhere as well.
I've always wanted to take a little vacation to Fennec, check out their springs.
All right. Who here has the best memory of Fennec?
Where is Fennec?
So it's the area that you visited after Eisentown, but before Zircon.
Hold on, let me
It
grab my
has
notes.
it has the springs. Yes, I'm also pulling up my notes.
Fennec.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Zircon was right before.
Oh my gosh. Okay. A certain fish was played in Fennec.
Huh.
Does George remember this? Because I feel like
check.
I feel like if I can remember the fish, I can remember that inn.
I'll say it's a DC 15, but specifically because you're thinking of the fish, I'll give you advantage.
My first roll got it. It was a 17.
Okay.
But I'll make it second if I get a nat 20. Did not. Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Could have sworn I drew the inn here, but I suppose not. All right. So, I remember exactly what this inn looks like now. So you're teleporting to the Riverstone Inn. You press the button. You're all, I guess, linking hands or however.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for everyone, everything turns into light. And you're now in the Riverstone Inn.
Welcome to Fennec.
The music stops and everyone just kind of turns to stare at you.
Yes, I'd like to get
Yeah,
a room
mate.
for. I'd like to get a room for my friend here.
You'd want to speak to the innkeeper.
Yeah. Sorry, we just got here.
I can see that.
Did you not see us walk in?
He's
Are you
just
trying
gonna
to
push his
gaslight
drink
him?
over towards the other side of the table, or like towards the middle of the table. Did anyone else see that? A handful of people just nod. I'm not paid to deal with this. Slaps a couple silver on the table and just walks out. And there's just other people just kind of like whispering amongst themselves. It's like, what's going on here?
Excuse me, everyone. 3 rounds on me.
Fair enough.
All right, I go over to
What a guy. What a guy.
Okay, I go over to the innkeeper.
All right. Hi, welcome to the Riverstone Inn.
I would like to pay for a room for my friend here, as well as get several free rounds of drinks for everyone in the inn.
All right. And by the way, this is a male half-elf individual with a bit of a redhead to him, light gray undershirt, and a green overshirt that hangs lower, similar kind of to an apron. Yeah, okay.
I'll pay
So
whatever
a round of
costs.
drinks for every patron in the bar area would be, let's see. Do a little bit of math here. That would be approximately 250 silver.
I slide 5 gold onto the. Wait, is that right? Am I doing it? Yeah.
No, wait.
25 gold.
25.
25. Oh, yeah. Okay, I slide
Wait,
30.
can I do math? No, 250.
250 would be.
Divide by 10
20
would be 25.
Yeah, 25. Yeah.
Gold.
I slide 30 gold to him and just say, keep the change.
30 gold is quite a lot.
Consider that a tab for anyone who wants more.
Okay, that's 10 times the amount you needed to pay, but okay.
Well, how much for a room for my friend as well?
A room for the day would be 5 silver. Oh wait, drink. Yeah.
So 5 silver. So 2 would be a gold. Actually, put the 5 gold into 10 days for my friend here. That math should be right.
5 gold into 10 days. Okay, yes. That'll do. So you've got an extra 23 gold for any future tabs of anybody?
What?
You slid over 30 gold here, sir, and well, the drinks for
Wasn't
everyone
it-
would be 3 gold. And then the lodging for 10 days would be 5 gold.
I thought we agreed that the price was 25 gold for everyone.
You said 250 silver.
Ah, my bad. I meant copper.
Oh.
Slip of the tongue there. It's completely my bad.
Okay. I'm going to take back. You can have 5 gold for the drinks, 5 gold for the room, 1 gold for a tip. I'll take back the 19.
Okay.
Is our math working out now?
So 5 gold for the lodging, 3 gold for the 3 gold for the rounds.
And then
1
3
gold for the
gold.
tip.
3 gold. 3 gold.
3 gold for the tip.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. 5, 3, 3. Yeah,
It's
that
11.
leaves 19 gold.
And I'll take the 19 back.
There you go. It's yours to
Alright.
keep. Thank you very much. If I may, how exactly did you get into the center of the bar. Just, with boxes and everything, it's a bit out of the ordinary, wouldn't you say?
If you can't tell, I'm a bit of a circus trick of a person. That's not the word I'm looking for. Trapeze artist. I'm in the circus. Okay, it's
Oh,
my
okay.
job to be able to do stuff like that.
I'll take your word for it. Well,
Thank you.
welcome.
I shall be using your door
And
now.
yes,
Again.
thank you for your patronage.
Yes,
And
thank you.
he's just gonna be confused for a little while.
Well, I didn't pay him to understand.
I mean, hey, it worked out.
All right. I think it is best that we head out.
So Gregor's holding Oswald's boxes.
Oh,
Oswald's there.
um, okay. So
On the counter there
Oswald,
is a room key for you to take.
let's take Oswald's stuff to his room. Yes, let's take Oswald's stuff to his room right now.
And you specifically asked the bartender for one room, right?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah.
Oh.
You got a room.
Yep.
If I recall,
All
the
right.
Riverstone Inn, I think you would have gotten a room with 4 beds. Yeah.
Well, good. He can have 2 for his boxes, 1 for his bag, and 1 for himself.
All right. Well, I guess I believe you that I'm here now.
Yep.
That was a little bit of a.
That's I've not
It was
done
a
that in my
goof.
lifetime, that's for sure.
I don't believe I've done that in my lifetime either. So,
As of now, we've only been teleporting where there weren't people looking.
yeah, I got really excited about the fish. I'm not going to lie. It's still going on, apparently.
Yeah, you can hear it through the walls and stuff. You're in the inn.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Well, it worked out in the end, so I mean.
All right. I believe it's time to make like the circus and disappear again.
I suppose
Are
that
you
means you're off then.
are you settled here, Oswald?
I mean, about as settled as a butler in a new city, having just teleported to the middle of a bar.
So I'd say reasonably settled. When we leave, I would just make sure that like everything in your boxes and your bag is like accounted for. They should be, but I would just check to make sure. But yes. Um, unless there's anything else from like you two or anything else in general.
I guess the last bits of knowledge I can leave you with is that, from what I understand of where everyone is in the city, you'll find Donnie Siva at the docks in Seaport. He's the one in charge of imports and exports. from what I understand, Annette Siva is
Annette.
Annette. Yes, Annette Siva is typically at the Siva Manor, and that Conrad Siva is running things in the town hall. So those may be places that you might not want to interact with.
What was the
for
first
your
one
own
again?
Safety. Donnie
Donnie.
is in the docks.
Donnie.
And I very much wish you safe journeys.
You as well,
And-
Oswald. You've been always loyal for us, and I could never thank you enough for that.
Yeah, I suppose I'll be taking my first vacation in 60 years. It's gonna be interesting.
Please enjoy it. I see no reason. Hell, it might be retirement.
Never thought of that before.
That is for you to decide.
Well, hopefully our paths can cross again.
Hopefully, it shan't be too long. Oh, and here's 5 gold, just to make the next couple days a little bit easier.
I mean, I've got plenty of gold myself from what I've gathered from my belongings.
Oswald,
Figured
here's
you
5 gold.
Much appreciated, young master.
And do check your bag, just to make sure. We are off now, though. Hank, do you remember the smithy in Citrine? Frida's?
I think I would remember it a little bit better than you because I had my bow done there, right? Or no, that was on
I
top of
think
the
that
mountain.
was Aleph Mountain.
That was Aleph Mountain, sorry. Yeah. Did I go to the smithy?
All right. We are not going directly to the smithy. We are going to Oldson's. Going to Oldson's.
Classic.
All right, everyone. Grasp hands. 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna click the button. Come on.
All right.
Okay.
History
yeah,
check. DC 10.
Ooh, 23.
23. All right. As Oswald is turning around after having checked his bag, you turn the light, and presumably he's just left in the room alone.
Did he find the plot?
Did he find? Oh, you'll never know, unless I guess you sent to him.
As a player question, did he find the plot?
Hey, that could be a plot point later. You know, you don't know.
He will find the plot.
The plot's actually the only thing that got left behind for some reason.
Yeah, we teleport back to the manor, and there's just the plot sitting there.
Okay.
All right. We're back in the upstairs of Oldson's, correct?
If that's where you're envisioning.
Somewhere
and
where
it
there wouldn't be
is
people.
Quiet. Everyone seems to be sleeping now. Looking out the windows, it is very much dark outside.
Oh, shoot. You wouldn't wager that the smithy is still open, would you?
I would imagine not.
Anyone up to spend the night at Oldson's then? I suppose we can head downstairs.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we have many other options at the moment.
With this thing, we have all the options in the world.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, and we can pause the music because there's no piano downstairs. It's just quiet.
Is there anyone downstairs?
It doesn't seem to be anyone downstairs. The front door seems to be closed up.
This will be weird to explain.
If we just sit down and go into the pocket dimension, we could pretend that we got here. No, we can't. We can come back tomorrow and teleport back to the mana.
Is there anywhere else in Citrine that we could teleport?
Is there anywhere in Citrine that's awake right now?
I would assume that the
The
time.
casino.
Oh my god.
Casino's awake.
Casinos are always awake.
The casinos are never not awake. Is it casino time?
Is it Casino Part 3?
I have it right here. All we have to do is press the button.
I think, that might be one of the only other places that we might remember well enough. So,
Oh, I remember it very well.
yeah,
All
me
right.
too. Me too.
Are you pressing the button?
I'm pressing the button.
All right. History check, DC 10.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Oh, you remember it.
And with that, the music of the casino blasting. Where in the casino were you envisioning?
That's a good question.
See, at least with the casino, it would be a lot easier just to show up unexpectedly. I would like to be near the table with that one card game where
Ragnar's Run?
yeah.
All right. And with that, we'll call it.
What a journey we've been on.
That was crazy.
This is so funny. Oh, this is so good.
I think I've discovered a new character trait of George, which is
Gambler or
No.
hasty?
extremely hasty. Which makes too much sense.
Well, we're at the casino.
We're
Yeah.
at the casino.
We need to be saving the world, but we're taking a quick little bit gambling break.
If we do not have Gregor's spear, we're not saving anything.
That's true.